This art and activism workshop is about exploring new ways of utilizing art and creativity for our activism. Okay, if you're running an organization or if you're spearheading an initiative from your organization, how can you impart the narrative in a creative way? A commercial is an artistic creation. How are they sharing this story in order to influence you, the audience member? They bring people in to artistically represent whatever it is they're dealing with. And it goes beyond that. It goes into the booklets that you have, right? There are graphic designers there. There are people who create signs for protests, for marches. That's art. That's art and activism. You mentioned ownership. When you give ownership to somebody, when you give ownership to the creatives you're involved with, to other people in your organization, to the people you're activating and engaging with, saying, I can't do this on my own. When you take the ownership away from yourself and give it to somebody else, it becomes about that person. Think about who's your target audience, who's your target community that you're representing, what are the themes you're representing, and who are you trying to affect? It's so easy to do press and promotion, especially because of social media, and especially if you give ownership to the people who are creating it. You are in such a powerful spot right now. People need your voice, people want your voice, and they want the voices of those like you who are also empowering other people. How do we do this on a low budget? Think outside the box. Find who are your comparables. What other organization, what other group is doing something for this specific community or this specific strategic initiative? Who's doing something similar, even if it's just a little bit similar? But how do you think outside the box to still create that event? There's so many ways to tap into things. And if you're focused on a local community, there are businesses there in that local community that would be glad to have their name as part of it because they have something to benefit. The artists are creating opportunities for the organizations because we're saying, this is what I do. This is how I use my voice, my talent. This is how I communicate. Whether you're a school organization, or it's your own private group of people who are creating something. The world is your canvas. The world is your platform. Use that space and figure out how you can relay the message, but bring your community into it. And when you bring your community into it, it becomes theirs. How amazing is it for these artists to display in Times Square, to get this massive wall, a massive canvas that is gifted to them to say, here's your canvas, play, create. I was one of the audience people, the absorbers of the content who walked by and felt seen. I felt included. And that's what the art did for me and made me so happy about the work that you're doing. We are a community, we are a nation, we are a people. We do this work because we have to. It's our lifeblood.